Hi everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Sheikh Salman. I'm from Tally Solutions, India. So today we all have connected here to discuss on our new release, that is TallyPrime release 5.0. And I have my colleague LD with me. So who is
Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
yes, welcome LD, and we have our partner as well. And we are doing this session in association with our partner BIT. So before going to our new release, that is TallyPrime release 5.0, which is already in the market. So before moving into this, I'll just want to take a few minutes of you to just take you through our TallyPrime journey, how our journey was, and what what all improvements, enhancements, and fixes we have done in the TallyPrime. And if any participants who have joined here who are still using Tally ERP9, so for them it will be like uh, a game changer, or they can just compare what TallyPrime has and what they don't. So I just want to take you through this features, which are not the listed ones, but still we have. But the major highlights we are just going to discuss now. So let's see, we have done some simplified navigation. We have given some navigations which are more simplified now. Even in the reporting part, we have done some enhancements. In configurations, we have done some improvements, and also majorly in importing the data. So we have given a different format as well. So let's see one by one. So go to is the first thing what we have given in TallyPrime, which was available during the TallyPrime's launch. So the go to is option or is a feature from which a user can navigate in TallyPrime from anywhere to anywhere. Like user don't need to remember any navigations, or he don't need to memorize the navigations of the reports of any other configurations, etc. But if user wants to access any report, he can just go to a single click and he can just type a name, so he will be there in the report. But in ERP9, the users have to remember the navigations to go into that report or something, or they have to memorize the navigations. Then only they can. If a new user who is newly operating Tally and if he is in ERP9, then he has to memorize. But in Tally Prime, users have a great option so that they can directly enter into a report without remembering any navigation. So it's a go-to option. So coming to report filters, so report filters we have given in TallyPrime are more simplified and more powerful than ERP9. So the report filters which were available in ERP9 was fine, but there were some conditions that was getting applied to the data, and users need to be very careful while filtering the data. If there is any small mistake, even while filtering the data, it would have given the negative results. So now in TallyPrime, users can just search for a word, they'll get the data as per their search. Okay, and this will not even take your more time. It will just the results will be shown to you in just fraction of seconds. And coming to save view, so save view, what I can say is you have a option now to personalize, to customize your reports in your own way. That is, whenever you go to an report, it has its default view. So whenever you are accessing any report, so Tally Prime or Tally ERP9 has its own default view, right? But sometimes what you will do is whenever you enter the report, you will be doing some configurations, like you will be enabling something in F12, or you will disable which is unnecessary in F12, or you may change the view, or you may compare the report. So something which you do, and whenever you do that, so for that moment it will be shown to you, and once you escape back and reopen the report, so the reports may go to default, right? So this was the behavior which we had. But now using save view, a user can personalize, a user can save the report as per his choice. Like whenever I enable something, or whenever I disable something which is not required for me, and if I do some changes in the report, I can save the view, I can skip it for my future reference. I don't need to again go to the report. I don't need to do the configurations again. So once I have done, I'll just save the view what I am getting there, so that the users will be having a view in that report, as well as even in the gateway of Tally, he can just type the name of that report and he can get it on the gateway of Tally as well. Okay, that is all about save view. And coming to Excel import, so Excel import, as I told you that we have given a new option or new format of data import, that is importing data from Excel, and which was introduced in TallyPrime 4.0. And the data which you import, it can be in any format, that is in Excel, it can be in any format, or the data can be even the masters, transactions, anything. So whatever the data you have, whatever the templates you have, whatever the defined formats you have, everything gets supported. You just need to uh, you just need to get the data and you need to import it. So before importing, you may have some configurations to be done. So once you have done that, once you have done the mappings, everything, so the data will get imported. Also, Tally is also providing you some predefined templates which you can use it for your data imports as well. So from Tally Prime 4.0, we have came up with this feature, and the users who are below that, they may not get this option to import, but after Tally Prime 4.0 they will get. So this is all about Excel import. Coming to TallyPrime with WhatsApp. So now users can share their invoices, documents, statements, everything from TallyPrime to directly to the customer's WhatsApp number. So they don't need to export the file offline, and they don't need to attach it separately. So once you are in TallyPrime, so once you are done with the WhatsApp configurations, from the same screen you can share the invoices, you can share the details, you can share the documents directly to the customer on their WhatsApp number. You can do bulk messaging here, you can send it to multiple recipients. So these all actions can be done through WhatsApp. Now you don't need to even minimize the Tally to send the document to someone from the WhatsApp, right? So this is also introduced from TallyPrime 4.0. So this is all about WhatsApp. And last but not the least, as I told you, this is not only the options or configurations what we have given here in TallyPrime. There are several options, but the major things we have taken it here. And the last thing is dashboards. So dashboards is a powerful report which gives you the view of all your company's important data in the single screen. So whenever you open a dashboard, you can view your all your important reports, and based on the user's role or based on the user's view, he can customize those as per his choice. And even not even no, it just not only give you the view, even you can enter, you can take actions from that report, you can do whatever you want. Like once you enter that, you have a drill down option. You can just go into it and you can just take the actions. And even in the dashboard you may have graphical data, you have numerical data, even you can have a both, right? So you'll have a detailed view of all your informations in a single screen, right? So this is all about dashboards. And it was just a short recap on our TallyPrime journey. And now I just request LD to take overview of TallyPrime 5.0, and he'll take you through all the highlights and the features of TallyPrime, and also he will be covering the products as well. Okay, LD, hand over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Salman, for explaining the brief recap on the journey of TallyPrime. I'll just give a quick recap on in Bahasa, since we are giving mix and match language in this webinar. Jadi buat para pengguna Tally yang sebelumnya menggunakan ERP 9 atau masih menggunakan Tally ERP 9, berikut ini adalah fitur-fitur yang tersedia di TallyPrime, dari TallyPrime pertama sampai TallyPrime 4.1. Nah, kita punya fitur GoTo yang memudahkan pengguna untuk pindah dari satu screen ke screen yang lain tanpa harus escape report atau di tengah entry data kita ingin melihat suatu report tanpa harus meninggalkan data yang sedang kita input, kita bisa langsung pindah ke report yang kita inginkan. Terus di fitur berikutnya kita punya report filter yang memudahkan pengguna untuk mencari voucher tertentu atau informasi yang spesifik di dalam report. Jadi misalkan reportnya banyak dan di dalamnya punya informasi yang random, kita bisa membuat itu lebih spesifik dengan menggunakan fitur report filter. Terus berikutnya kita punya save view. Dengan fitur save view di ERP 9 eh, kita mungkin kesulitan untuk configure satu report. Jadi misalkan kita biasanya melihat report balance sheet dalam bentuk vertikal, tapi by default Tele ERP 9 memberikannya dalam bentuk horizontal. Kita harus configure ke F12, kita ganti konfigurasinya ke vertikal, ke dalam bentuk vertikal. Lalu saat kita ingin melihat report balance sheet lagi dalam bentuk vertikal, ERP 9 akan memberikan dalam bentuk horizontal. Nah, dengan TallyPrime kita punya fitur save view yang dengan sekali konfigurasi kita bisa dapat report yang sesuai konfigurasi kita tanpa harus reconfigure lagi setiap melihat report. Nah, terus kita punya Excel import di TallyPrime 4.0. Nah, dengan fitur Excel import, kita bisa import master data atau transaksi ke Tally. Yang sebelumnya kita membutuhkan TDL atau add-on. Nah, di TallyPrime kita by default, kita menyediakan fitur Excel import. Nah, itu juga template-nya sudah tersedia dari Tally atau misalkan punya template sendiri, kita bisa sesuaikan, lalu kita bisa import ke Tally. Eh, Lalu kita juga punya TallyPrime dengan WhatsApp. Nah, jika sebelumnya kita berinteraksi dengan customer atau supplier, eh, kita harus ekspor file atau reportnya dari Tally, terus kita attach di WhatsApp. Nah, kali ini TallyPrime memberikan fitur WhatsApp di dalam Tally sendiri, gitu. Tanpa harus kita ekspor, kita bisa langsung kirim eh, directly dari Tally. Nah, terus berikutnya kita punya dashboard, fitur dashboard di Tally. Nah, dengan fitur ini kita bisa eh, punya punya report yang lengkap di dalam satu screen. Jadi kita bisa configure, kita mau tambahin report apa yang kita butuhkan sesuai permintaan owner atau permintaan eh, konsultan, kita bisa sediakan di dalam satu layar gitu. Kita bisa menyediakan dalam bentuk grafik dan bar serta eh, datanya di dalam dashboard itu sendiri. Nah, berikutnya kita masuk ke rilis TallyPrime 5.0. So today agenda, we will cover the major highlights of TallyPrime 5.0, some key points, use cases that often happen in the business, and benefits of using these features for the business. And we will also have a hands-on experience on product walkthrough session on where to enable the feature, how it looks like, and comparison of using the feature and not using the feature. And last, we will have question and answer session to cover your question, or is there any clarification required regarding the three major highlights of TallyPrime Release 5.0? And if there is any suggestion, inputs, or feedback, you can also type it in the Q&A chat box. So as we can see, these are three major highlights of TallyPrime release 5.0, we have bill sorting, page optimization, and stripe view feature. So first, we will start with bill sorting feature. So with bill sorting feature of TallyPrime, it will allow the user to have more flexibility on sorting the pending bills based on information that they require. And by introducing this feature, we hope that users can organize the settlement of any pending bills to be easier and more flexible based on their due date of pending bills. Before that, let's see one of the scenario that happens often in the business. Tech trading just face a challenge in clearing bills that creates a confusion. And with release 5.0, John initiated the new feature that will help him to sort pending bills by prioritizing the oldest outstanding that comes earlier for suppliers. Knowing that this feature helped, Abhishek as the owner feels happy because his relationship with clients and suppliers both are getting stronger and stronger. So now let's take a look at the product, how this bill sorting feature works. So I'm moving to TallyPrime screen. So now I'm trying to record a receipt voucher from the customer one. And by default setting, uh, this is how it looks before changing the method. So by default, we are looking at the reference name given below. It's sorted by default. So numerical and followed by the due date, balance, and final balance on the middle and the right side of the screen. So it's sorting by default. So if you look at the due date column, it's being sorted by the reference name given on the left side. But in this case, we will have difficulties on prioritizing which bills to clear first. Because currently, we are at current date, for example, on the 1st January 23. While in the due date column, you can see 20 February 2022 on top, and you can also see the 20th February 2022 on the bottom. So because it's being sorted by default, users might have difficulties to prioritize which bill to settle. Now with the magic of Tally, you can use the bill sorting feature from F1 help, settings, display, and you will find the option of sorting method for pending bills in vouchers. So if you enter, you will find more option on sorting method. So you can choose by balance, decreasing or increasing, bill date, due date, or even reference name ascending or descending. So now let's try with the due date increasing. Accept. So now after enabling this sort bills method, by choosing the due date increasing, we can see which bills to settle first. So it's being sorted based on the due date increasing. Show 2nd February 22 on top and follow at the bottom 2nd February 22. So it will be more helpful for the users to prioritize which bills to settle first. Not only due date increasing method, we can also sort the bills based on balance. So let's say, for example, the owner wants to clear the bills with the higher amount, we can use final balance decreasing. So if you can see final balance decreasing method, it will give you the bigger amount first on top, followed to the smaller amount at the bottom. So anyhow, that will help the user to prioritize the bill settlement, but still our best recommendation is to choose based on the due date increasing, so users can prioritize the pending bills that come earlier. I hope this is clear. I will give a quick recap in bahasa also. Jadi untuk para pengguna Teli, nah bill sorting fitur ini memudahkan pengguna untuk melakukan pembayaran atau pencatatan receipt voucher sesuai dengan kebutuhan. Misalkan ingin melakukan settlement berdasarkan final balance yang lebih besar jumlahnya, kita bisa menggunakan fitur metode final balance decreasing. Nah, jika ingin berdasarkan due date atau tempo, kita bisa menggunakan metode due date increasing. Karena misalkan kita di tanggal 1 Januari 2023, otomatis kita pasti akan ingin men-settle bills yang paling lama. Jadi menggunakan metode due date increasing, kita bisa melakukan settlement untuk tempo yang paling lama gitu. Jika ada pertanyaan, silahkan type di Q&A chat box. We will answer it later in the Q&A session. So now we're going back to the slides. Now we know that this feature will give you a lot of benefits because by enabling this feature, will automate the sorting process and we can prevent charges of doing late payment. And from there, it will also create a stronger relationship between us and the supplier or customers. It also help you to improve cash flow management by prioritizing the due date bills. And last, it will help to reduce human error by sorting the pending bills correctly. Now, let's see at the second highlight feature in TallyPrime Release 5.0. Page optimization. With this feature, we can now reduce the consumption of paper whenever we print the long list of invoice. By using the page optimization feature, we can still have all the details of quantity and all information that we need in the invoice while saving the paper and any cost associated in printing the invoice. Let us take a look at the case that oftentimes happen in the company. So A to Z Infotech, as the biggest customer, recently placed large order to Antech Trading consisting of 50 computer peripherals. By default feature, John generates a long 5-page of invoice. Knowing that TallyPrime Release 5.0 has a new feature to optimize the paper consumption, John makes a smart move by enabling the page optimization feature, and as the result, John reduced the paper consumption while printing the same order. Abhishek, as the owner, feels extremely happy. So now let's see at the product how this feature works. So at the moment, I'm trying to to print out 40 plus items in this invoice. So as you can see, there are 40 plus of items in this invoice. Before enabling the page optimization feature, let's see how much paper consumption we will have. So if we are using the default configuration of TallyPrime, uh, uh, we will generate 5 long page to print 40 plus of items in this invoice. So you can see there are 5 page before enabling the page optimization feature. Now, let's take a look at the magic of TallyPrime 5.0. We can go to configuration and enable. You'll find the optimize printing to save paper option. In this configuration, you can enable it. Accept. And let's see the difference. So from 5 pages, we are saving 2 page into 3 by only enabling the optimize printing to save paper. But it doesn't just stop there, because we can still reduce more paper with the magic of TallyPrime 5.0 by simply removing the same information in the first page on top. So we don't need to have in the next page onwards. So this information on top of every page, we don't need to be on the second and onwards. So now we're going back to configuration. Under optimize printing to save paper, you'll find another option to choose details to show second page onwards. So if we enable this feature, it will take you to this option. You can select as per unit. So in this case, I don't need the same information that I already have in the first page to be shown at the next page. So I disable all of this information. Now we have reduced one more paper to print 40 plus of items in the invoice with the same order, with all the details, without compromising any details of this invoice. So you can see the difference from 5 pages into only 2 pages. If we are using the page optimization feature and enable the details, we can hide all the details that we already have in the first page so that it's not showing at the second page onwards. So I hope this is clear. We'll give a quick recap in bahasa. Jadi dengan fitur page optimization, kita bisa menghemat kertas dan tinta tanpa harus menghilangkan informasi-informasi yang kita butuhkan di invoice atau tagihan yang kita print. Jadi kita tetap print 40 item lebih ini dengan semua kuantitinya, dengan informasi yang ada, quantity, rate, amount tetap ada. dan kita bisa menghilangkan atau menyembunyikan informasi yang ada di halaman pertama yang di atas seperti buyer details atau consignee details. Nah, kita tidak perlu menampilkan informasi yang sama di halaman kedua dan berikutnya. Kita bisa lebih menghemat penggunaan kertas. So now let's see the benefits of page optimization. First, it will minimize the consumption of paper usage while still having all details in the invoice. Second, it will reduce the costs associated, such as ink and paper usage. Third, it enhances the overall presentation to clients with more professional and more compact invoice. And last, it shows our support to the eco-friendly practice. Now let's move on to the third highlights feature of TallyPrime Release 5.0, Stripe View. So this feature will give you better visibility and better way of reading the report or voucher details with shading for each line of items. So this is the glimpse of Stripe View feature. We can see alternate row shading of each line in this report, in daybook reports. So if you see the case that often time happen without this feature. Abhishek, as the owner, mistakenly read the wrong price for refrigerator with microwave oven price, leading him to confusion. John, aware of it, John make another smart move by enabling the Stripe View feature for easier viewing of reports, invoices, and vouchers. As the outcome, Abhishek and everyone have better readability to TallyPrime 5.0. Abhishek smiles and grateful for John making his life easier. Now, let's take a look at the product, how this feature will help. So as of now, I'm looking at the stock summary report with default view setting. So by default, this is the look of stock summary report. And it may be easy for me to look at the first until fifth items on top, as I can easily move the cursor to check the quantity. But now it becomes a hassle and difficult for me to look at the iPad 12-inch or iPhone 15 quantity because there's a big chance I will misread the quantity unless I put some more effort to move the line to that item. Then only I can see the quantity details. Now imagine if there's another way to have a better view of this stock summary report. By going to F1 or help, then settings, display, you will find enable Stripe View for reports option. So you can enable this option, accept. Now let's go back and refresh. Now we have better visibility on every item's quantity without having a doubt on misreading it, because there's a different alternate row shading for each line of items. Will this also work if we print it out? Let's try to print this stock summary report with a default setting so that we can compare after enabling and before enabling the Stripe View feature. So this is the look of the report, the stock summary report, if we print it out. You can imagine in the meeting, if you're in the meeting and you're looking at the paper with this much of items, you will need more tools to read, because there is a chance you will misread the items. So in this case, we might need a ruler or another paper to line up one items to the quantity details. But with Stripe View feature, you don't need any of that. you can enable the stripe view feature in configuration, save it, and now you can see the difference. Now you don't need any ruler or any paper or books to line up these items to the quantity details or rate details or value details, because Tally has provided the alternate row shading for each line of items. Not only for the report, we can also have this stripe view feature in the vouchers. So now I'm looking at one of the sales vouchers by default settings. So before enabling the stripe view feature in the voucher, this is the look. And there's a big chance users might have a problem to read the quantity, or um, when they're trying to allocate the rate or amount. So a big chance there will be human error before enabling the stripe view feature. Here also, if you want to enable the stripe view feature, you just need to go F1 to F1 help settings, display. You can enable stripe view for vouchers. Accept. Let's go back and refresh. Now you can see the difference before enabling the stripe view feature and after enabling the stripe view feature. In the voucher also, you can try to print it out. So before enabling stripe view, this is the look. And after enabling the stripe view, you'll have better readability in looking at the invoice. So this is the advantage of enabling and using the stripe view feature. Not only printing it out, but you can also try in exporting the data. So we have enabled stripe view. Now let's try to export this invoice in PDF. So stripe view feature will also work for PDF and JPEG. If you export any report or any invoice, so I hope this is clear. If any question, please type in the Q&A chat box. I will just give a quick recap in bahasa. Jadi dengan stripe view, fitur stripe view ini akan mempermudah user atau pengguna dalam melihat report atau dalam entry data saat melakukan entry data, karena di setiap items Tally akan menyediakan garis yang berbeda supaya mempermudah pengguna atau owner atau konsultan dalam melihat report atau invoice atau voucher. Nah, fitur-fitur ini kita bisa dapatkan di F1 Help, Settings, dan Display. Kita bisa aktifkan fiturnya di Enable Stripe View for Reports atau Enable Stripe View untuk vouchers. So now let's see the benefits of using Stripe View feature. Stripe View feature will give you new experience in viewing reports, vouchers, and invoices. Second, it helps you in spotting the difference or missing entries more effectively. Third, it will also give benefit for data analysis and review in the meeting. Last, it fastens the process of document review to scan through multiple entries smoothly. And for some of you joining this session a little late, let us give a quick recap on these three highlights of TallyPrime 5.0. First, we have bill sorting feature that will allow the user to have more flexibility on sorting the pending bills by enabling method of sorting based on the requirement that they have. Second, we have page optimization feature. With this feature, we can now create more compact invoice by still having all details of information required in the invoice. We can save more paper, and along with that, we can show our support to eco-friendly practice regularly. This option you can have on configuration before printing the invoice, and there you will find the option to optimize printing to save paper, and you can enable it. And under that option, you will also have additional feature to hide some detailed information on top of the first page, and you can hide it for the second page onwards to save more paper. And last, we have Stripe View feature, which will give users, owners, or anyone to have new experience on looking at the report, vouchers, or invoices generated by Tally with alternate row shading for each line of items. It gives a lot of benefits during review meeting or document process because we can have more visibility on details of item in the report generated using Stripe View feature. This feature you can enable and configure at F1 Help Settings Display. There you will find the option to enable Stripe View for vouchers and report. And that's it for me. I hope it it is clear for everyone. So if you have any question and suggestions, please type it in the Q&A chat box. But please don't leave because we still have one more information from our associated partner. So hand it over to Mr. Salman.
Yeah, thank you, LD. Thank you for the presentation. I hope the presentation and the explanation was clear, and the features which LD explained has been a lot in the 5.0, and it will be useful to the users in day-to-day activities. So, if you have any questions on release 5.0 features or the journey which we just took a recap, any questions on that, you can just raise your questions so that we can take your questions now. You can just type your questions in Q&A, so we'll take it up. LD, there is a question. I think it's in Bahasa. Could you please take it up?
Untuk konfigurasi optimize printing, apakah hanya satu kali atau harus ubah setiap mau melakukan print? Ya, jadi Untuk konfigurasi optimize printing to save paper itu bisa dilakukan satu kali saja. Jadi tidak perlu diubah setiap mau melakukan print. So Salman, they're asking if it's only one-time configuration for optimized printing or it's every time
No, no, no. Like once
you,
once they are done with the
you need to
configurations, yeah. Once the configuration is done, it's a one-time
configure.
configuration. Then all the
So,
invoices, irrespective of items, so they will get it in optimized way.
okay. So for all participants who might have any queries or any plan to migrate or renew TSS, kindly reach out to BIT for TSS renewal or migration. BIT will help and guide to in the process. Salman, I think we can hand over to
Yes. Uh,
Jonathan.
right, right. LD. Yeah. If there are no questions, we'll hand it over. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for this to join us, and we'll hand it over to our partner, so they will take it further. So hand it over to you, Mr. Jonathan.
Jonathan.
Yeah, first of all, thank you so much, Bang LD and Mr. Salma for your presentation. I'm Jonathan. We'll continue this webinar. Baik Bapak Ibu, terima kasih sebelumnya telah mengikuti webinar Teli 5.0 kami. Dan sebentar saya akan share screen untuk menyampaikan materi. Bentar. Ya, baik. Saya akan mempresentasikan atau menyampaikan materi dari saya. Eh, ini. Nih. Oke, baik. Terima kasih untuk Bapak Ibu yang telah hadir atau join di webinar Teli 5.0 ini. Dan saya, Yonatan Reinhardt, selaku Business Development Executive dari PT BIT, akan menjelaskan Teli Software Services dari Teli itu sendiri atau layanan dari Teli, software Teli, dan Annual Maintenance Contract atau EMC adalah services dari kami PT BIT, Teli on Cloud atau TOC, dan Customisasi. Dan sekedar informasi saja bahwasanya bahwa kami PT BIT merupakan Master Teli Partner atau distributor utama Teli di Indonesia sejak tahun 2009. Baik. Yang pertama saya akan membahas Tele Software Services atau TSS. Baik. Tele software atau services ini adalah apa yang bisa kita provide, yaitu adalah layanan akses jarak jauh, layanan sinkronisasi data, kemudian mendapatkan versi terbaru dari TallyPrime, yaitu yang tadi sudah di-mention atau sudah dijelaskan 5.0. Kemudian ada report on browser. Jadi baik Bapak Ibu sekalian yang mungkin saat ini masih TallyPrime 4.0, boleh langsung update software accounting Bapak Ibu sekalian dengan versi terbaru Tally 5.0 untuk merasakan fitur seperti bill sorting, page optimization, dan Stripe View, di mana bisa Bapak Ibu dapatkan jika berlangganan dengan Tally Software Services seperti itu. Dan tentunya dengan PIC-PIC yang Bapak Ibu sudah kenal atau sudah komunikasikan dengan tim teknikal kami, bisa langsung untuk annual subscription dengan TSS. Kemudian di poin terakhir juga kami mention ada report on browser, di mana Bapak Ibu bisa melakukan atau melihat laporan-laporan keuangan dengan report on browser yang ada di TSS gitu ya. Next. Ya, ini adalah services kami dari PT BIT, AMC, Annual Maintenance Contract. Yaitu ini lebih ke human support dari kami. Bapak Ibu bisa mendapatkan support remote by online selama 1 tahun. Kemudian ada email selama 1 tahun. Dan by phone selama 1 tahun. Jadi ini kita bisa membantu menjawab seputar pertanyaan-pertanyaan Bapak Ibu. Seperti dari teknis ataupun maupun non-teknis gitu ya, maupun non-teknis itu seputar konsultasi gitu ya kepada kita untuk pembuatan pencatatan laporan keuangannya dengan fitur-fitur atau modul yang ada di Teli. Kemudian kalau di seputar teknis mungkin mau ada konfigurasi server atau misalnya dalam pemakaian tiba-tiba lisensinya copot dan lain sebagainya, itu bisa langsung datang ke kita dan kita akan bantu. Dan sesuai dengan namanya annual maintenance contract ini seperti annual subscription Bapak Ibu. Jadi selama pemakaian kita bisa memberikan support remote ini unlimited untuk Bapak Ibu selama 1 tahun seperti itu. Dan selanjutnya saya akan membahas putar Tele on Cloud. Yes, sesuai dengan namanya, ini bisa diakses anytime, anywhere Bapak Ibu dengan menggunakan tablet atau PC, di mana tentunya ini dengan layanan atau services kami Tele on Cloud bisa memberikan flexibility untuk Bapak Ibu atau jajaran pimpinan yang tidak harus selalu ke kantor, tetapi bisa melakukan input atau entry data laporan keuangan di mana saja, di bandara mungkin atau di kereta sekalipun juga bisa, gitu ya. Bisa melakukan print langsung dokumen dengan menggunakan printer, kemudian dapat diakses di Windows, Android, dan iOS. Infrastruktur yang kami gunakan yaitu Cloud by Azure, Microsoft Azure. Jadi for your information aja atau sekedar informasi bahwasanya kami menggunakan Microsoft Azure sebagai platform cloud kami, dan ini merupakan salah satu terbaik dan teraman di dunia untuk platform cloud kami. Tentunya dengan layanan Tele on Cloud ini Bapak Ibu tidak perlu menggunakan server tambahan. Jadi mengapa tadi aku mention seputar data Bapak Ibu bisa menjadi rapi, bisa menjadi aman? Karena seperti disaster recovery kita, cloud kami ini simpen data Bapak Ibunya itu dari cloud gitu ya. Jadi kalau dibandingkan dengan premise sekalipun gitu ya, in case hopefully nggak terjadi gitu ya, laptop Bapak Ibu kebanjiran, hilang, kena hack, kena virus dan lain sebagainya. Kalau di bagian premise ya hilang langsung data-data yang cukup konfidensial dan penting perusahaan. Tapi kalau cloud ini tentunya kita bisa backup secara otomatis, dan kalaupun sampai nanti laptop hilang dan lain sebagainya, itu data Bapak Ibu bisa kami pastikan tetap aman karena safe by cloud gitu ya. Dan cloudnya kami ini ada di 3 negara gitu ya, di India, di Australia, dan di Singapura gitu ya. Jika terjadi salah satu ada problem atau ada kendala gitu ya, bisa mereka langsung otomatis pindah gitu ya ke salah satu server yang ada di negara tersebut. Jadi di sini aku mau tekenin no worries banget untuk pakai layanan services Tele on Cloud gitu ya. Setelah dari webinar ini, Bapak Ibu bisa langsung kontak ke PIC dari PT BIT untuk melakukan upgrade gitu ya, Tele on Cloud di per usernya. Seperti itu. Ini untuk Tele on Cloud, dan selanjutnya saya akan membahas customization TallyPrime ini. Jadi di sini kami software TallyPrime bisa memberikan atau memprovide kustomisasi gitu ya, bisa menyesuaikan kebutuhan-kebutuhan Bapak Ibu di perusahaan yang lebih spesifik. Jadi kita bisa menjawab dalam pemberian solusi IT yang benar dan tepat gitu ya. Tentunya dengan kostumisasi ini bisa memberikan pengalaman Bapak Ibu dalam menggunakan software TallyPrime menjadi lebih baik, dan tentunya kinerja operasional perusahaan bisa menjadi lebih efisien, lebih efektif, dan lebih produktivitas tentunya dengan layanan customization TallyPrime ini. Nah, mengapa perlu melakukan customization TallyPrime ini? Selain dia meningkatkan efisiensi, akurasi, kebutuhan proses bisnis Bapak Ibu, di sini kita tentunya bisa memberikan pengalaman yang berbeda dengan modul-modul standar yang ada gitu ya. Aku percaya bahwa perusahaan-perusahaan sekarang ini yang sudah menggunakan Teli mungkin dengan modul standar sering berkembangnya waktu bisa mengalami perkembangan, mengalami kemajuan. Jadi kalau misalnya yes, ini adalah beberapa services dari kita yang sudah kita berikan dari customisasi. Ada format faktur custom, laporan custom, alur kerja yang otomatis. Nah, di luar ini kalau misalnya Bapak Ibu mau gitu ya, oh Pak mau di luar ini mau custom kebutuhannya lebih minta invoice dan lain sebagainya bisa. Ini cuma hanya salah satu dari yang sudah kita berikan. Jadi kita sangat welcome, sangat open untuk berkomunikasi lebih lanjut dengan Bapak Ibu jika ingin menerima atau melihat customisasi dari accounting software TallyPrime ini. Harapannya dari penjelasan saya ini seputar dengan TSS, Tele Software Services, yang mana Bapak Ibu bisa merasakan 5.0 melalui TSS tersebut. Kemudian ada AMC, Human Support dari kami yang siap bantu, unlimited remote access melalui email, telepon, dan remote access selama setahun. Dan kemudian kita bisa memberikan Tele on Cloud, services dari cloud kita tentunya, dan terakhir adalah customisasi. Jadi hopefully harapan kami dari webinar ini kami bisa lebih berkomunikasi dengan Bapak Ibu dan bisa melakukan upgrade gitu ya, atau pindah dari yang mungkin sebelumnya premise mau ke cloud. Atau mungkin Pak lebih aman atau lebih nyaman sekarang karena data itu sudah sangat banyak, sangat konfidensial. Kita sangat menyarankan karena cukup PR ya Bapak Ibu kalau misalnya harus migrasi data dan lain sebagainya ke komputer atau laptop yang baru. Tapi kalau pakai cloud ini dipastikan aman dan kita nggak ada yang tahu one day terjadi apa. Jadi sangat disarankan dengan Tele on Cloud itu. Dan yang terakhir customisasi sangat memberikan pengalaman Bapak Ibu yang lebih baik tentunya, dan kami percaya kinerja operasional perusahaan dengan customisasi ini bisa memberikan efisiensi, efektif, dan produktivitas Bapak Ibu yang lebih baik. Itu dari aku, Yonatan, selaku Business Development Executive Teli. Dan kalau misalnya dari Bapak Ibu, jika ada yang mau ingin bertanya, boleh bisa di chat di kolom Q&A. Sekian dari aku, terima kasih.
Thank you, Mr. Thank you, Mr. Jonathan. We will give 5 minutes for attendants to raise the question in the Q&A chat box. Is that fine, Salman?
Yes, it'll do. Fine. We'll just wait for 5 minutes and then we'll wind up.
Yes.
Ready? There is